Hello, this is Mr. Agbamu Idanogrene. And welcome to today's lesson, 18th of February 2026, and today is Wednesday. Today we are looking at the properties of solid shapes. Yesterday we looked at the meaning of solid shapes. We tried to classify them under prism, pyramid, and curved shape. And today we want to pick the common shapes we have in schools. We want our syllabus want us to focus on like the cube, the cuboid, the cylinders, the cone, the pyramid, like the square base pyramid and the rest. So we want to look at them, look at their properties, and that is all. Then if we do that, we should be able to also identify and draw nets of prisms and pyramids. So when we talk of net, we are talking about when you open the solid shape, when you open it and spread it out, how does it look like? How does the faces appear when you open it? So I'm going to show us everything today in this lesson. All right, let's go straight to the lesson. Okay, this is our first slide, properties of solid shapes. We said the properties of solid shapes can be identified through faces, edges, and vertices. So take note of that. We use face, edge, and vertex to identify properties of solid shape. So you can see in this diagram, I try to label them in case you don't know what we mean by face, or you don't know what we mean by edge, or you don't know what we mean by vertex. So face is that flat corner of the solid shape, that flat surface. That is the face. The edge is this line where two faces meet. You can see it here where two faces meet. Then vertex is that sharp point. That is what we call vertex. You see the basic definition. A face is any of the individual flat surfaces of a solid. So any flat surfaces like cylinder now, the circle is a flat surface. So that is a face. The body of the cylinder is a curved surface. That is a face. So take note of that. Face is usually smooth and you move and you can when you put your hand on it, it goes round. It's one that forms the plane shapes on the solid shape. The edge is where line meets. Sorry, where faces meet. Say an edge is the line segment where two faces meet. You see it. Where two faces meet is what we call the edge. Take note of that. Then vertex finally is the plural form of vertex is vertices now. So it's a corner point where two or more edges meet. So take note of that. Where two or more edges meet. You can see edges, these three lines, they meet here. So this is the vertex. Let's take note of that. So with this, let's go to the properties. So these properties, you can see the way I listed them there. I just want to make it brief and quick. But I will show us the applet I usually use so that you can demonstrate it at home. I don't want to be drawing all these shapes one by one, labeling the faces, the edges, the vertices, and it will take time. So cube, we say cube have 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. The same thing with cuboid. They are similar. It's just that a cuboid, all the faces are not equal. Unlike cube, all the faces are equal. Then look at triangular prism, 5 faces, 9 edges, 6 vertices. So we are going to demonstrate this. We'll count it together. You will see that it's correct. If there's any mistake, we'll correct it as we analyze it together. That is for triangular prism. There are so many examples of prism. I just focus on only these three because of our syllabus. Now for pyramid, the same thing. There are so many pyramids. I just focus on these two because of syllabus, triangular pyramid, square pyramid, and this is their properties. 4 faces, 6 edges, 4 vertices. Then for square pyramid now, we have 5 faces, 8 edges, 5 vertices. We are going to demonstrate all this using the applet. Then for sphere, we already know that a sphere is like a football. In short, a football is a sphere. So it does not have edges, it does not have vertices. Everything is curved. So you only have a curved surface. The same thing with hemisphere. The only thing is hemisphere have a circular face. When you divide hemisphere into two, sorry, when you divide a sphere into two, you produce a hemisphere. And hemisphere have two faces. One is flat, which is the circular face, while one is curved. Then you also have one edge, which is a curved edge. There is no vertex in hemisphere. Similar to cylinder. Cylinder does not have vertex, but it have two curved edges, the top and the bottom, they form circle. That is where the edges are. Then for The faces, the cylinder have three faces, two are circles, then one is curved. I will show us all of this in the applet as we move on. Cone have two faces, one is curved, one is circle. So the circle usually form the base, then you have the curved surface. So that is that. Then for the edge, a cone only have one edge, then vertex, you have one vertex, which is the apex. So that is that. Then finally for today, we look at net of solid shapes. Net of solid shape. So a net is a flat pattern that can be folded to form a solid shape. So it's like cutting a solid shape and open it wide. I will show us all in the applet as we move on for easy understanding. So take note of that. These are examples. You can get cube net, cuboid net, pyramid net. I will show us everything in the applet as we move on with the lesson. So this is all we did in our lesson today. You can do this simple assignment, draw the net of a cuboid and a square base pyramid. I will demonstrate it as you draw it at home, just to see your understanding in case it comes out in the exam so that you know what we are doing. All right, so that is all for this lesson. Now let's start the demonstration. All these shapes I mentioned, I will demonstrate how you can draw it from GeoGebra Classic software and how you can count these faces and edges. After that, the lesson will be over. Please do it at home. I want you to practice it. I want you to know this thing. Know how to do it yourself. It will help you to understand shapes very well. That is my major target. So let me do the demonstration now as we move. This is the applet. This was what I used yesterday, and the link is already in our Google Classroom. Yes, let's go now. Now, when you come to this place, I want us to pay attention. Try this thing at home. It's better. That is why they call it a dynamic software. Try it at home. You will see yourself doing it, understanding it your way, manipulate it your own way. Now, this is 3D. Just click on 3D. You see the 3D shape will appear. So that is that. You can drag this place, just click and drag here. You will see how you can make this side wider and this side smaller. Anyhow you want to do it, you can do that. So I like comparing the two of them so that you see the plane shapes here, while the solid shapes will be here. Now, this is the solid shape, 3D, this is the 2D solid and plane shape. Now let's come. As you click on here, if you observe, you see this place will change. As you click on here, this place will change. So these are the tools for solid shapes. When I click on this side, these are the tools for plane shapes. Now let's start our demonstration. I like using sliders so that the sliders will vary this point for me. So this slider I want to create slider for polygon. So the minimum I want it to be 3. The increment I want it to increase by 1. Let me leave the maximum to be 10. So this slider, which is called A, will help me to adjust my polygon, that is the base, before I will start extruding them to prism and pyramid. Then this one will form my height for me. I want it to start from 0, then let me leave here as 10 as well. Then the increment here, let it be 0.1. Just do it the same way I'm doing it like this. So with these two sliders, I think I'm okay. I'm okay with this. Okay, let me do one more for circles. Let me do one more for circle because of radius. I'll change this one to R. Let me call this R because of radius. Then it will also start from 0. Let me just make the radius. Okay, let me leave it as 5. It will also increase by 0.1. So let's do 3 sliders. So with these 3 sliders, I can do my analysis now. Let me shift them to some proper position. Just close this, is mistake. Let me position them. Okay, let me position them. So you can click on the screen and move around. So let me just get a point and see. So I want this point to be at the middle. That means I'll move this, slide it towards the center. So I want to be doing my work around the middle of the plane shape. You can see this place. As I'm clicking and dragging it, you see how the solid shape is turned in the 3D shape. But I don't need this as is. Let me take it out. So let me take it out. So this is my middle point, which is this point. You can see it. Okay, now let me draw a polygon. But I need a regular polygon. I want it to be quick and fast. So click 2 points. See, it's telling us to put the number of vertices. So I want the vertices to be A. That's what I use as the first line. So just type your A, okay. See, I've done it. So now you see the first polygon is triangle. If I change this slider here, it will give us 4, 5, 6. So you can see how it's turning on the 3D zone. You see it here. So you can click and drag here. So that is that. Now see what I want to show us now. This is a hexagon. So if I want to get a pentagon, this is pentagon. If I want to get cube, so this is a cube. Sorry, this is a square. Then if I want to get a solid shape, just come to this place, use extrude to prism. As you click on this, use B. First of all, click on this place. Then I want B to adjust my height. That is the altitude. So B should do the adjustment of that for me. So that is that. So you can see my solid shape is formed. So as I keep moving this, you see that it's moving. So as I leave it at 2, see this is 2, you can see that this is also 2. So this is a cube. So from the property we did the other time, you can count the vertices. So say vertices at this sharp point. If you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, you see 5, 6, 7, 8. You can turn it around, just click and roll. You can turn it under, you see. So you can see the 8 vertices here. Those are the properties. Then the faces, you can see the faces. This is top face, you see bottom face, you see the faces around 1, you can turn it around 2, 3, 4. If you want it to be turning automatic, just come to this place. First of all, okay, just click on this place. You see rotate. So you can be rotating it. You can adjust the speed of rotation. So that is that you can stop it. So you can do so many things on your own. If I want to get the net of this shape, just come to this place. You will see net here. Just click on net. Then click on the shape. You see the net has appeared. Just you see net always have its own slider. So this is slider for net. So as I move this slider for net, you can see the way it's covering. So net is the way you cut the shape and open it. You cut it and open it. You can see that is the beauty now. So this is the net of a cube. If I change the height, you see now it's now longer. So this is a cuboid. This is a cuboid. Okay, let me delete this one and show you something on pyramid. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. Let me show you something on pyramid. Okay, now if I want to form a pyramid, let me just delete everything here. Okay, there's no need. Okay, now with this one, I can form a pyramid. All I need to do, I'll just come here. This is the pyramid. Click on this. It will ask me for altitude. Remember, I'm using B as altitude. Just put your B and OK. So this is a pyramid. Then, as usual, you can change the base of the pyramid. Now, if it's 5-sided pyramid, you have your pentagonal pyramid. So this pyramid, you can see it's 5-sided shape. I can change the height with this or this. I just want you to do this at home so that you understand this better. If it's 4-sided shape, you have this, and just like that. So this is triangular pyramid. You can see it. So if you want to know how many vertices triangular pyramid has, just count it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then if it's 4-sided now, which is a square base pyramid, this is a square base pyramid. If you want to know how many vertices, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. So this is it. Then the faces you can turn around. This is 1, 2. If you go around, this is 3, 4. So these are 4 faces with triangle. Then if you go down, you see another face. So you have 5 faces. So these are the 5 flat faces. Then for the net, if you want to see the net of this, just click this, click on this, and click on the pyramid. You see the net has appeared. So this is the net. You can slide this one. When you slide on this, you see how the net is opening and closing. You can roll around and watch it. So this net will give you the shape of the object when you cut it and open it. See, when the net touches the ground, you can see that it's appearing here. But when I slide this one back, you see the net has disappeared from this place. So this is one thing I want us to understand. You can actually do so many things on your own. That is why I said follow this applet the way I'm doing it here. Practice it at home. Just play around. Understand this thing in your own way. Count the faces, know how many faces, know how many vertices. It will help you to understand better. So let me delete everything here and do what is it called now? Something on cylinder. Let's delete this. Let's delete this one. If I want to do something on cylinder, let's delete everything. Cylinder is easy. Just get your circle. Remember, I created a slider for it. So type R. R will be my radius. So that it is this one that will be controlling my radius. I can move the point around. As I'm moving it around, you can see it's moving on this side. Then go to solid shape. You can extrude it to prism. As you click on this, put your altitude as B, and that is that. You can see it. You can start sliding the height. Sorry, you can start sliding the height. You can see that is that. Then if you want something like prism, you can do the same thing. Just sorry, if you want something like pyramid, just click on this. I want it on this cylinder, just click on this. Tell it be okay. You can see a cone is formed on top. You can see, and if I increase this one, you can see the cone. Now for a cone, we said you have two faces. One is under a circular face. You can see the curved face and the vertex. While for cylinder, you have top circle and bottom circle. That is for cylinder. If I want to show you the net of a cylinder, I can show you here. So this is a net of a cylinder. I will send this applet to us as well. As you open this, you see how you open the top and the bottom circle. Then you cut it and open it. So this is a net of a cylinder. You can play around this and understand it better for easy understanding. I'll send you this applet as well. Then if you want to see the net of a cone, so this is net of a cone. If you touch this one as well, you see you can open the cone. See, you can open it, then you can cut it. When you open it, you see you are having a sector. You can change the radius, you can make it smaller, make it bigger. You can increase the height, depending on what you want to do. You can close it back, so you cover it back. So this is the net of a cone. When you open a cone, it will form a sector and a circle. So this is why we say a cone have a curve. You see the curved surface and the circular face. All these things will help you to understand the properties that we just copied in our notes. Then finally, before we end the lesson, let me show you a sphere. Now telling us that a sphere is like a football. So if I want to get a sphere, I'll come here. You see this one, center and radius. So I want to use radius. So as I click on somewhere, okay, I need to click on this side. I need to click somewhere here. So it's asking me for radius. I'll use this R here. So just type in R and click on OK. So this is sphere. You can see it. As I keep increasing this, you see the sphere is getting bigger. You can see, so that is a sphere. But if I take half of it, this plane shape, you see, let me put it on this side. You see, this is a sphere now. You can roll it around. Let me do something so that it makes sense to us as a sphere. If I put a point around it, if I put a point around it, or let me make it look much better. Let me undo what I just did. Let me bring back the axis so that you see it better. So these are the axes. Let me just delete this point. Let me delete this and do another. So let me put my point, the point I will create, let me put it on this place. Then let me create my sphere with radius. You click on this point, put R, click OK. So this is my sphere. I can control it with this. You can see that a sphere only has curve face, there is no circle. Unlike if I put it like this, you see the circle here. So this is for hemisphere. You see the half of the sphere. You can see this plane shape divided the sphere into two. So from here upward is hemisphere. But let me show us something. Let me create a circle around this one. I'll use let me use this circumcircular arc. But before I do that, I need a point on some faces. Let me put one point here. Let me put another point here. Let me put a point here. Okay, I'll put a point here. Let me put point on that. I'm coming. Let me roll it so that I'll see the bottom very well. Okay, I put a point here. I want to show you something so that you can actually see that this is a sphere. If I get this, I place this one here. I place this one here. I place this here. You can see what is being formed. You can see I have something like an arc surrounding it, so that when I roll it around, you will see that the sphere is actually turning. You can see how the sphere is going around. I reduce the speed. I reduce the speed. So that is that. So this is all I want us to get. These are the properties of solid shape. You can actually play around with this thing on your own at home for better and easy understanding. So that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoy this video and I hope you watch it and practice the way I just did it now. So that is all for today's lesson. Do have a nice day. Thank you for watching.